Cayo Perico is one of the best heists to do because of the amount of money and ease of the heist, and additionally Cayo Perico can be done solo. So if you don't have any friends like me, then this heist is perfect for you, right? So before we even can start the heist, we need a kosatka. Now if you have some cash to spend, I highly recommend buying the Sparrow because it is one of the best vehicles in the game, and also the Sparrow allows you to travel to kosatka much easier. But if you don't want to buy it or you don't have money, then an MK2 oppressor, if you have that, will do, or just a bolt will also do. Once you actually buy the kosatka, you have to go to your player menu and request it to be able to enter it. And this is also where you can spawn a Sparrow helicopter anywhere on the map, and sometimes right behind your back, closer than your personal vehicles. Now to start the heist, all you have to do is come to the setup monitor board and start the setup for the heist. You might have to pay like 100k, but consider this an investment because you'll make all of this back very quickly. Now for the setups, the first setup is all about Recon. So you will have to go to the marker on your map, and then you will have to kill a couple of NPCs. Once you get into the plane, then you have to fly to Cayo Perico and look for rivals and hack the cell tower. Now as soon as you stop here where I stopped, what you need to do is try to get as much speed as possible, and when the guard looks away, you need to make the jump. On the video I'll show you how to do this now. Once you actually make the jump, be on the lookout for the patrol car. Do not get spotted by the patrol car because you're gonna have to do all of this again. Now once you actually get to the cell tower, you need to look for the electric box, right? You need to remember that it can either be on the top or on the bottom, so you're gonna have to check either the bottom or the top. Now here, to complete the hack, all you have to do is make sure that the number on the top matches the number on the bottom. So in this case it's 86, so I just need to play it around till it hits 86 on the bottom. Now once the game tells you that you can go back to Los Santos or you can continue to scope out, that means you're finished. Obviously if you want to, you can look for other stuff, but I don't really recommend it because I'm going to show you in the video what to do, and we're going to maximize the amount of money that we can make from Cayo Perico. And going back to the plane, I recommend just following the path I'm showing you on the video, but to be honest, after you make the jump, you can go back any way you want. Now as soon as you get to the airstrip and basically you get into the plane, that is the Recon setup done, and now we just need to do the rest of the setups to actually get to the finale. Once you come back to the kosatka, there is a new screen called prep, but for the first setup you should do approach vehicles and then select Longfin. Do not select anything else, only select Longfin. I'm going to show you all 5 required setups to basically get to the finale. Now for stealing the Longfin, if you have, use a phantom wedge. If you don't, then it really matters how many times you're going to replay the Cayo Perico. If it's going to be more than 5 to 10 times, or if you're going to grind it, then I highly recommend buying the phantom wedge because it just makes it so much simpler, unless you're doing some replay replay glitch, then obviously no. Right, but to complete this setup, all you have to do is just steal the boat with the truck, whatever you're using, phantom wedge or a truck, whatever you're using. Just steal the boat, escape the cops, and deliver to docks, and on to the next setup. Now from the equipment section setups, you need to do all 4 of them, but to be honest, the order doesn't really matter, so it's really up to you how you do them. The setups are very simple, but obviously I'm going to show you how to do these setups in the video. Now, so for demolition charges, all you have to do is just you have to go and kill O'Neill brothers, and then from their farm you have to steal the demolition charges, and then you have to go back to Kosatka, and that is the setup done. So on to the next one, which is going to be plasma cutter. So the plasma cutter, you all have to do is you have to go to the safe house, take a picture, go to the robbers, kill them, steal the plasma cutter, go back to the Kosatka. This setup should literally take you maybe 5 minutes because it's literally outside of your Kosatka, so it is very simple. And on to the next one. Now for the fingerprint cloner, do not disable the cameras, just barge right in, kill the enemies, hack the laptop. Disabling the cameras doesn't do anything, it just wastes your time, so just barge right in and do it loudly. Now, once you get to this location, which is the archive, make sure that you actually do shoot the cameras down, and then all you have to do is just run in, steal the fingerprint cloner, run out, and go back to Kosatka and onto the final setup from equipment, and then all we have to do is just steal the weapons. Now, for the cutting torch, you need to come to the construction site and get a hard hat. Once you get a hard hat, it just makes it a little bit easier because now you're technically allowed to be on the construction site. However, you should still not push any NPCs. In a second, as you can see, I pushed an NPC, and also stay away from security guards or the range on the map. Look on the map for the range. Make sure to not stay in it too long because you get caught. Now for the weapons, just to be honest, choose any weapons you want, whatever you fancy. However, I highly recommend getting some rifle or some kind of SMG just to make your life a little bit easier. Now, as soon as you get the weapons, make sure that you buy the suppressors. They only cost like 5,000, I think. So make sure to buy them. They're very cheap, but they make your life so much easier. So make sure to buy them, and let's go to the finale. Now, once you are ready to do the finale, all you have to do is just come to the Kosatka, to the high screen, just press start on the finale, and then it will launch a session. And for the high settings, just make sure they have the same settings as me, and as soon as you're ready, just press continue. Obviously, if you're with friends, don't forget to set them the money on the bottom of the screen. Now for the finale, the first thing that you should do in the boat is just go to the hangar and do what I'm doing. Take all the basically valuables, and then from there we're going to go to El Rubio's compound and we're going to take loot from there, right? So to first of all, go to the hangar, take what's there, and go back to the compound, which you're going to see on the video. Now here, what you should do is you should fill your bags with as much loot as possible to obviously get the elite challenge, which gives you 100k extra, but also to make as much money as possible. Now in the following order, you should take the stuff as follows. You should take gold, the white powder, the herbs, and then cash and paintings. Do not take in the other way around because you're going to make less money. Take in the order I told you, and also I'm going to display on the screen. So take in that order to make as much money as possible. Now here, as you can see, the NPCs freak out. It's okay, as long as the soldiers or the guards do not freak out and they do not spot you, that's fine. Obviously avoid their range of view as much as possible so you don't fail the heist or you don't basically make it harder for yourself. Just avoid them as much as possible. If you have to shoot them, make sure to shoot 2 guards at the same time so they don't see one of them lying dead, right? So obviously be smart about this. Now, as soon as you take all of this loot here, all you have to do is just get back into the boat and follow where I'm going. We're going to the drainage tunnel because through that way we're going to get straight access to the compound. Now, as soon as you get to this point, jump out of the boat and make sure that you equip a mask. Whatever platform you're on, you're gonna have to check. On PC, it's G. If you press G, it equips a mask that allows you to basically get oxygen underwater. That obviously makes sure, prevents you from drowning. What you have to do then, you have to come here and using a cutting torch, we have to open this little hole and we have to get through the drainage tunnel to the basically surface. Then from the surface, we're in the compound, and from here it is, you just have to follow my path to actually complete the heist, and then basically you're finished. Now, once you actually come to the surface, I would highly recommend just watching what I'm doing maybe 2 to 3 times just to make sure that you got a hang of it. Basically, the way I do it, everything is timed because I've done it so many times. I know that when the fat guy comes out, the soldier, whatever you want to call him, when he passes the fat guy, the juggernaut, when he passes, everything is perfectly timed because then the other guy with near the camera is away, then you can go upstairs and then you can get all the stuff from the office, right? Now, as you can see, I'm running past 4 enemies and no one heard me. I actually run behind the Juggernaut's back. That is because they're basically deaf. However, you cannot get in the range because the moment they spot you or see you, that's when you fail. So you can do whatever you want, but they cannot see you. Now, as you can see, I'm hacking through the office. You don't have to. I'm going to show you another way. But the reason is I'm doing it through the office is because if you don't have the keys, you will have to hack through the office because you need a key to access the tunnel. Now, about this fingerprint scanner, do not just switch random stuff around. Make sure that you're actually looking at the picture and just switch it slowly. Sometimes all you need to do is just move like one section of the fingerprint and it will work. So look at the picture and then switch stuff around very, very slowly because as I said, sometimes one place will make it work. Now, if the NPCs have dropped the key, all you have to do is just you have to follow what I'm doing right now and then you don't need to go through the office. Now, once you have stole basically the main target, which is whatever, sometimes it really matters, right? It's random. But once you have stolen the main target and your full loot bag is full, all you have to do is just literally escape off this island, which I'm going to show you right now. Right here, you have to be very, very careful. If the alarm goes off after you go through the gate, you will have to either fight all the NPCs or you will have to restart the whole heist. That means going through the Kosatka and doing all of this again. Right, so as soon as you get through the gate, all you have to do is literally follow where I'm going. Do not go where the marker tells you. Follow what I'm doing and do what I'm doing, and you will successfully complete this heist within the next 1 minute. As soon as you jump in the water and the text "Escape Cayo Perico" disappears, that means you have basically successfully completed Cayo Perico. Right, and as you can see, the heist has been basically completed. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. I try to make this basically guide as detailed as possible, and to be honest, that's it. Peace. Thank you for watching.